38 states have some variation of a stand your ground law, including this one. But Georgia's law could go through some changes. Hello, and thanks for joining us. I'm Lori Johnson.
And I'm Frank Malloy. Newly introduced legislation in Georgia's General Assembly could roll back the law here. It would allow someone to decide whether they can first remove themselves from a situation without using deadly force before they shoot. Kalisha Moore found out more about the law and talked to a defense attorney about what could change.
That's right. Now, you may have heard people talking about stand your ground laws and cases where suspects try to use them, whether it's about a young woman shot and killed after turning into the wrong driveway in New York or the high school boy shot after knocking on the wrong door in Missouri. I talked to defense attorney Frank Hogue about possible changes on that law and how that would affect criminal cases.
So it just changes the ground pretty significantly if this becomes law.
The latest legal hot point, House Bill 842, also known as the Georgia Shoot First Act.
Essentially, it's trying to amend our law to say, instead of no duty to retreat, you better look for a reasonable escape from the perceived threat, because if you don't, and you then kill or seriously injure somebody and then claim they were threatening me, I suppose under this bill, if it passes, a prosecution could look at it and ask, okay, under the circumstances, could you have escaped?
Under current stand your ground law, gun owners can protect themselves or their properties with deadly force if they feel threatened by an aggressor. Our Atlanta station spoke to State Representative Marvin Lim, who introduced the bill.
People essentially are still allowed to defend themselves, but also required, as everyone still is, whatever the stand your ground regime is or not, to decide whether or not this is force that is necessary.
Attorney Frank Hogue says defense lawyer organizations will likely oppose the bill because it would restrict the rights of potential defendants. He also believes it could cause complications in the courtrooms.
We'd like to see nobody being put in this position in the first place. The question is, if you are, should you now have a burden placed on you as a citizen to stop and wonder, do I have a way out of this?
Lim also told our sister station in Atlanta that too many people have been killed by property owners who mistakenly thought they were being threatened. Back to you.
Thank you, Kalisha. 4 separate shootings have happened this week across the country when young people apparently made simple mistakes near property owners who took those mistakes as threats.
Democrats introduced the bill in the final days of this year's legislative session back in March. We reached out to both Houston and Bibb County District attorneys. Neither were available to comment on the issue today.